Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Lost City of Z. And this movie came out in 2016, starring Charlie Hunnam, Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, Sienna Miller, and I was looking forward to this movie. This movie's been on my watch list for quite some time, and I didn't really know much about it other than, yeah, it's a film that's supposedly good and looked kind of interesting from memory because I believe I've seen a trailer for this movie a long time ago and it looked interesting to me at the time. And I could say this movie definitely had some production value. Like, I never once felt like I was on a set, and it was decently made, and the performances were pretty good, and I like the cast. Nor did I think any of the music was particularly bad. But unfortunately, despite it being a well made movie overall, and there are things to appreciate about it for sure, I was just left feeling as though I wasn't connected to anything in this movie, unfortunately. I didn't like the characters. That was like my biggest problem with this film, is that the characters were just really not interesting to me. They're very dull and forgettable, and the only reason that I kind of remember them is because they're played by actors that I recognize and really like. And also, the story for this movie didn't do much for me either. Like, two major problems: the characters and the story. Those are major things in a movie. Like, if those things don't do much for you at all, then chances are the movie that you're watching is not going to be the best when you're done with it. And I'll say this much about it: the film did get better in the last 30 minutes because that's where I felt as though things were starting to pick up and I was able to enjoy the film a bit more. But unfortunately, everything before that was just a snooze fest for me, and I found it difficult to pay attention. And it was just reminding me of other films I've seen before that were better. Like, I would rather be watching Apocalypse Now because of all the boat scenes and just scenes shot in the jungle. Like, I just wish that I was watching Apocalypse Now. That was just a better movie that I wish I was watching. And there was a point in the movie where characters are in trenches, and during that moment in the film, I wished I was watching Paths of Glory because that movie is actually fantastic and I love it. And after 40 minutes of watching this movie, like the first 40 minutes, I wanted to shut it off. I was bored. I knew that the movie was not going to end with me feeling as though, yeah, that was a good experience. I'm happy that I saw that. No, at best, I might come out of it with a positive review, but I'm not going to forget to how bored I was for a good chunk of this movie. And this movie does take its time with it being almost 2.5 hours. It was very slow paced for no reason at all, and there was a lot of forced drama that I didn't care about, and every direction the plot went was predictable. Nothing was very interesting to me when it came to conflict or anything that I would value out of a story in a film. And there were just a lot of pointless scenes and characters in this movie, which I was surprised by. Like the one guy who they had to send back because he was just dragging everyone down and just making a mess of everything. Why did that character need to be in that? He literally doesn't do anything. And maybe that's part of the point of the film, is that you'll just be dragged down by people who will just complain all the time and just drag you down and just make themselves look better or something along those lines. Maybe not even close to what I just mentioned, but maybe there was some purpose to it, but I just wasn't connecting with it. And I would have liked that a lot more had it been in a film that I genuinely cared about and had a better emotional connection with what was going on, because I was just starved for anything to be interesting in this movie. Luckily, it does happen in the last 30 minutes, but like I said already, not really much to take away from before that point. So in the end, The Lost City of Z, very boring first 2 hours and entertaining last 30 minutes because something happened in the third act. So that's the only reason why it's memorable to me. It's like, yay, something's finally happening that I can care about or get interested in. And we got it, but unfortunately, it wasn't most of the movie. It was just a chunk of the movie, like not even half, not even a third, not even a quarter. So skip this movie if you ever come across it, would be my recommendation. It wasn't terrible. It's not a film that's offensive to me. It's just really, really boring, in my opinion, and I just took away nothing. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give The Lost City of Z a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of The Lost City of Z, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Nobody 2. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.